And happy Thursday, everyone. It is Scott Wohlers with River Place Capital. It is Thursday, September the 9th, and just wanted to provide a quick update on what we saw in markets last week, what's caused the recent volatility here this week, and what we see moving forward in markets. So last week, the S&P 500 finished the week up 60 basis points or 0.6%. As markets started to become towards the end of the week very defensive, and defensive in what I mean is what we saw outside of the summer of last year, where we saw the big cap, mega cap tech names really push markets higher, while the other stocks in the S&P 500 really didn't participate in that. So you really saw the markets turn defensive last week with your mid caps underperforming, the large caps and the small caps underperforming, but the NASDAQ was the outperformer last week, which is not surprising as investors are starting to weigh the impact of the Delta variant on economic slowdown. So you saw these tech names that have been forgotten so far for most of this year, that were leadership last year, really moved markets higher last week. And as we've headed into this week, we've really seen a slowdown, and you saw some volatility in the marketplace with the Dow Jones being down over 200 points on Tuesday, the first day of trading after Labor Day, and markets are really off to a sluggish start in the month of September. Now, a couple of things to point out here. Number one, and what's causing that? Number one, historically, September, it's a sluggish month. People are getting their kids back to school, getting back in the routines of everything. They're coming off of vacations, they're coming off of summer, so they're not as in tune as they normally are. But the other thing that's really weighing on investors moving forward is you're starting to see some of these companies come out and really take their guidance for Q3 and lower their guidance down and lower those expectations moving forward. So if you have guidance here and then you lower down here, you're going to see market volatility as investors start to get scared. And the reason that they're guiding down is really not because of a demand issue. It's more of a supply chain issue and getting their goods to them so they can produce them to sell. And that's what's causing the guidance to be lighter. You saw the airlines come out this morning, guide down as travel has started to wane a little bit as people are holding back their travel plans due to the Delta variant. So you're seeing the Delta variant's impact on the corporate earnings side, and you're seeing the supply chain issues. The other thing that has investors kind of wary and spooked is that the Federal Reserve Bank is more than likely this fall going to start tapering. They have been buying billions of dollars and trillions of dollars worth of assets that have really supported these markets. And investors, even though they know that this is coming, are concerned that the markets aren't going to be able to support themselves without the backdrop of the Fed really supporting markets. And they know that future in 2022, there's the potential for rate hikes. And rate hikes are going to impact PE ratios, cost of capital, things along that line. So companies have to grow even more to justify their valuations where they currently stand. So you're going to see some volatility moving forward till we get some of these questions answered. The other thing to note too is we're in this time period where most of the companies in the S&P 500 have already reported their earnings, and the markets are going to move on geopolitical headlines or other type of headlines, whether it's from the Federal Reserve Bank or other headlines that are going to move markets, as you're not going to have a lot of the fundamentals there to support the markets moving higher. So as always, if you have questions about what's going on or how to navigate the volatility that we anticipate this month, feel free to give us a call. We're easy to talk to. You can reach us at 904-346-3460, or as always, check us out online at www.riverplacecapital.com. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your week. Talk to you next week. Thanks.